Alright, Xfinity Series qualifying here at Dover. This is iRacing, I don't know, season 2, something like that, of the year, week 6 or 7. Got the TV cams with a little overlay down below of the in-car. First turn here, coming out of the pits, you just want to try to get a big, long, kind of straighten out the front stretch, try to get as much speed as you can. I don't think that you can fully get up to speed on that first part. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, so second lap is usually faster. You can kind of abuse the tires here in qualifying because you'll get a new set for the race. General idea is to kind of drag the brake a little bit, 10%, diamond out the corner a little bit, get back on the throttle. You can see the throttle trace down at the bottom left here. As you drop it off, 10% brake, and then slowly raise the throttle as much as you can. This car really wants to get loose and come around, particularly out of 4. It seems like the wall's a little bit tighter on 4. I don't know if this is a symmetrical track. Maybe it's just the bumps. But yeah, that's qualifying. Ended up in second. I think the leaderboard here showed that from the start, but overall pretty good, decent time. Somebody else got, another 500. It's on me, but starting front row, can't complain. Okay, now for the race. I'll leave it on the pit lane cam here for a minute, see the field. I think I'm car 8 in this, which means my rating puts me as the 8th best person out of, I think there were 21 people total in the race. Actually just put together the Kodak paint scheme I'm running 2 days ago. It's up on Trading Paints for anybody else that wants to run it. I think it's a throwback, if I'm remembering correct, to Rick Wilson. I put a few, changed the hood logo, did a little bit of extra stuff with the striping, but tried to keep the general scheme of it the same. Okay, we're green. Obviously, 3 car there got a pretty good jump on me. It's kind of tough starting outside at Dover. You really have to find a gap. I was lucky enough to only let, third place get underneath me there. That's pretty common on these restarts. Starting in third is pretty much better than starting in second, in my opinion. I kind of peek around the outside, just to see. I felt like I had a little bit more speed than him right off the bat. Managed to get back to the underneath there. It's tough to pass here because you can't bring the throttle up as much, even when you're underneath. You have to hold it down for a little bit longer so you don't ride up and kind of into the person on the outside of you. Big thing on this track is tire saving. So what I'm trying to do is, once I get my turn in and get my wheel set, got real loose there. Got a couple people to the outside. Anyway, back to the tire saving. Generally, once I get my turn in wheel angle set, I try not to turn the wheel any more to the left throughout the corner, like you can in qualifying. General idea is to just wait on it. Keep the brake at 5-10%. Wait for the car to start coming back down the hill, at which point you can start to throttle up. You're really turning with the throttle on the brake here. And then, we got a yellow. I think a couple people crashing on the front stretch. can see in that track map, there's a few, somebody just got towed. But the other two managed to get it going. But yeah, this is a big steering with throttle and brake. I find that the kind of diamonding out the corners, coming in, really shallow and getting, deeper off the line in the middle of the corner before coming back is the easiest way to maintain speed while tire saving. I could be totally wrong there. It seems like it's been working for me though. These cautions take a little bit. Oh, we got someone smoking coming down pit lane. Sorry, smacking the mic there. So getting loose once. This is still pretty early, 7 laps in. I think you have 2 additional tire sets in the Xfinity series on, this is a 60 lap race. So I'm imagining, not many people are going to pit here. Kind of thinking about I'll probably stay out even if a couple people peel off. But kind of hoping that they don't. Or if they do, that it's a multiple of 2 in front of me. Really like starting on the inside here more than the outside. I'm currently sitting 5th. Would be nice if they added a choose cone kind of rule so to mitigate that, but it is what it is. Got some people kind of pretending like they're gonna pit, see if they can get anybody else to follow them down there. Yeah, I think we're still. Looks like we're double file here, so must be 1 to go. Starting 2 yellow cars on the 3rd row. Pace car lights are out. Yep, definitely starting this time around. I just leave the car in 2nd gear for these cautions. I think mostly on tracks where fuel saving is the thing, I'd normally put it into 4th and try to save fuel, but this is a fixed setup race, so I can't change much, and there's a certain amount of gas that gets put in these things from the start. So I'm honestly thinking, hey, if I can burn off a little extra, get the car a little lighter, might change handling a little bit, but ultimately might be just a hair faster on near the end. I'm green. You can keep the throttle down a little bit more as long as you don't have someone to the outside of me like this off the restarts. But managed to find a spot here. We could take a shot at 6, but don't know if that went anywhere. Did a pretty good run out. Peek another nose in. He respects it. I have to be careful because my kind of typical diamond line can bring me up into someone on the outside if I'm not careful. So really try to keep it pinned to the bottom. Managed to get past the 6. I think he takes another peek to the inside. I don't know if he sticks anything. Yeah, no. So that puts me 4th. You could have another caution at any time, so just trying to keep pushing and get up to 3rd, really just in case a caution comes out. Nice to have that inside line. you start to put a bit of a gap on 5th through, the rest of the field here. Managed to get underneath the 5 into turn 3. Had a pretty good run out. Wasn't alongside him on the exit, which makes the pass much easier. And the 5's really fallen off. I don't know if he just had a couple bad turns or if he really wasn't saving his tires to burn them up after 13 laps. Start getting pressured by the 6 a little bit here, but ideally just kind of want to sit around 3rd for now. Try to save as much tire as possible and hope that, at the end I can catch the 3 and the 7. You'll notice I'm going in a lot shallower than most people. I'm going to have to toy around with bringing the turns a little bit wider, but for the most part it's been working pretty good tire saving wise. It's definitely one of my better tracks. I don't know what it is about it that just clicks for me. Get out there, start feeling like Jimmy Johnson. Starting to get a little tight here. You see me drifting up the track a little bit more. The field's also, the 3 and the 6 are both pretty close by. So trying not to diamond too much and leave a big gap that the 6 could squeeze under in the center of the turn. The 3 and I are matching pace pretty good here, which makes it tough. It's one thing to get alongside coming out of a turn if you get a good run, but if the car you're trying to pass is pretty similar pace, it can make it pretty damn difficult to complete the pass. And you don't want to slow yourself and that person down too much, because then the person behind is just going to come up and one slip up from either of the 2 people alongside and you're both losing a spot. Seven's pulling out pretty good here. Not sure if he's burning up his stuff or not. And 3 seems to be pretty consistently along the bottom. I don't know if that's a strategic move and he has some different inputs that allow him to save tire down there, or if he's burning it up a little bit more than I am. Ultimately, this is small margins. Everybody's going to have fall off no matter what line you drive. But the biggest thing is just not cranking the wheel to the left in the center of the corner to get it to turn. You really have to slow down, and then, you can get on the gas a little bit sooner, get a better run out of the corner, not put as much stress on the right front. Took a big dive at 3 there, managed to get past him. I think he just had a bad entry. I don't know if he lost concentration or what. I think 7 taps the wall just a hair there. I think I had one of those early in the run as well. Might be a little scraped up. It's easy to do. This is a pretty tight track. One thing you'll notice is coming out of 2 or coming out of 4, I start to straighten my wheel even though there's more turn left. That wasn't probably the best example, but as you start to get the throttle down, the thing wants to come around on you. That's that's free rotation. You can use that to get yourself turned, but you really don't want to. Oh, there's the wall tap. Yeah, you can use that to kind of get yourself turned. But if you have your wheel still, cranked over to the left when you're trying to throttle up too much, you will go around. But if you start to straighten, kind of bring it back, maybe do a preemptive swipe to the right, or if you feel like you're getting loose, can be pretty helpful. So I'm closing on 7 here. It looks like he was burning up his stuff a little bit. Had a wall tap, but didn't really lose much time from it. Back on lap 25, maybe 24. That said, 3's also closing in on me. He's getting some good speed coming out of the corners. I don't know if he might be figuring out a way to actually save tires a little bit better than I am here, because he's going pretty slow in, but he's able to get on the gas pretty quick. At this point, the 3 cars on screen have pretty well separated from the... Oh, there's a yellow. Looks like over in turn 3, someone's still sideways back there in the upper right-hand corner. Yep, everybody made it out or towed. When I say upper right-hand corner, I mean track map. So came down to pit here. I think the vast majority, we're almost dead center in the middle of the race. A 30-lap run on these tires with, all of us amateurs who don't know how to save them that well. Might as well stick a new set on. I think the fall off near the end of the run was probably we're running like 23.6, 23.7 at the start. Then by now we're probably a second slower. So once you're all packed up, doesn't really make sense to stay out. You're gonna be 8 seconds away from even if you're in the front, from the last place guy. And if they have fresh tires, that's 8 laps. Obviously, some people in the way and everything, but in theory, it just makes sense to pit here with that much fall off. So I got beat off of pit road by a couple people there. I was a little bit conservative on the drive-in. Really didn't want to get a speeding penalty being up front. So starting in 4th on the outside again, not my favorite spot. But just gonna try to keep it clean here. I guess I'm in 3rd gear here. I don't know what the reasoning behind that was. Maybe the high-pitched 2nd gear was bugging me a little bit. But yeah, normally... Oh, there we go. 2nd. Normally I'd ride around in 4th during a caution. Just try to touch the throttle as little as possible. But as I said, trying to burn off the fuel. I think even if you ran all green flag laps, you'd have at least 10, 15 laps of extra fuel. On fresh tires here, sometimes I'll try to get a little bit of a brake drag in. Probably see that on the one to go. Just try to heat up the tires from the inside. It also lets me get a little bit more throttle down. I'll hold them both, throttle half and brake 20% or so. Just try to get heat into those cold tires from the inside. You can swerve pretty good and maybe get a little bit of heat in them, but it's inconsistent. You're just getting the outer layer hot. find that if I'm able to do that successfully and heat them up a little bit, sometimes I can get a little bit of a better jump into turn one off a restart. Pace car lights are off on that one to go. Maybe I just didn't pay close enough attention, but I don't know that I dragged the brakes here at all. Oh, there we go. Getting a little bit. Probably could have started that earlier in retrospect. You don't need a lot. Keep the brakes warm. You are using them here. Kind of waits till the end of the restart zone. I had a pretty bad jump off that start. First place took off there. Yeah, I'm on the outside, toying with two people on the inside here. That's the thing about starting on the outside. If the person in your row, the person behind them, can kind of stick by their bumper, you're going to get by you. It's hard to find a spot to get down. Managed to clear the 18 there. He's right on my bumper. At this point, I don't want to burn up the new tires too quick, but I gotta push a little bit. Don't want to lose too much track position. It is tough to pass on this track. Kind of fun. You can see the tape on the grill there. You're only getting air in the passenger side. That's dependent on the track setup. Starting to put a little bit of distance on the 18 here, but he keeps driving right back up to my bumper. Oh, we got another yellow. Looks like in the track map, right around the start-finish line. I think I chatted with the 18 for a minute here. He was stoked on the good clean racing, and yeah, this is a good one. Everyone raced pretty clean as far as I saw. Trying to get that safety rating back up after last week's Talladega. I think I was down to A class, A license, but safety rating was kind of in the gutter. It was down at, I don't know, 2.3 or something. Strength of field in this one's 1950-ish. I'd have to go look. I think my iRating was sitting around 1900 at the start of this one. We got 18 behind me kind of faking out the pit entrance there, but I think we're 4 green flag laps on these tires, so really no sense in pitting just yet. I don't think anybody, maybe if you did that there's still plenty of race left where you could, maybe that 6 laps makes a difference down the line for, I guess, 4 laps. But I don't know, not worth the gamble. You see, we're down to, I think, 13 out of 22 people are left, so maybe it was a little rough in the back half of the field here. Definitely thankful to qualify up front for this one, I guess. I think everybody's lined up. Nobody's on in the pit lane there, so should be getting double file here at the start finish and getting going soon after. Oh no, it looks like somebody was in the pit. Still single file. Yeah, a couple of these cautions were pretty long. Pretty stoked on the pace scheme. Tough to make an Oldsmobile scheme fit this Xfinity car super well, but I feel like it came together with a couple of the logo changes. I pulled the stripes and the big Kodak logo on the sides. I'm pretty scraped up. The Kodak logo on the sides from the original, but these stripes at the front, kind of the diagonal ones that you just saw, those ones I added in. I feel like the car was just missing something up front. Needed to be not just a big yellow block. I'm pretty stoked on the color change Kodak logo on the hood and the rear bumper there. Just been I don't post these very often, but I've been trying to mess around and find better overlays and put together a more TV-esque kind of broadcast here. So let me know if you like the camera choices, or if blimp is too far away for the screen you're watching. If I'm making too many cuts, too little. If you'd like to see the cockpit view as the main screen with the kind of race broadcast style feed down in the bottom, just kind of switch to what I have now. I feel like this shows a little bit more of everyone in the race, which is kind of fun. Green flag. So this one's starting right alongside number 9 there. Get out ahead of me in that corner. I think I managed a pretty decent run there to stay right on their bumper, try to hold off the 14 and 18 behind me. Kind of just holding it a little bit middle of the track on some of these, not trying to get too close to the wall. I don't want somebody to get to my inside. Rather have them try to go around the outside. Looks like 14 and 18 are having a pretty good battle back there. At this point, leaders gotten out. Second, 1.2, 1.4 ahead of me. Pushing pretty hard on these fresh tires. I was getting a little loose there. I think some bobbled, almost hit the wall. But really trying to save tires as much as possible. I'm assuming, hey, this is going to be the last tire set I'm going to use, unless we get a caution, in the next 5 laps, and we have 12 to go. Actually, this may be a 55 lap race. Yeah, you really, it'd be hard to, unless everyone comes down pit lane, it's 4 fresh tires. Not really enough of a race left to make this happen with fresh tires if other people stay out. So starting to get a little bit closer to the number 9 here. Starting to lose the 18 and the 14 in the background. Still just trying to not heat up the tires too much. It makes it really hard to turn in the middle of the corner if you do that. They slow down way more. Tap the wall again there. You can probably tell from cockpit view, I'm having to hold the wheel to the left a little bit longer coming out of the turns. I'm not getting quite as loose. Starting to tighten up, which, while it's good because I'm not feeling like I'm spinning, I'm also burning off the right front a little bit more. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy there. Once you tap the right front on the wall, it gets pretty hot pretty quick. And then you need to keep the wheel in longer to keep it turned because you're getting tight. But yeah, I'm not getting full throttle basically until I'm up against the wall at this point. Full throttle there. Looks like 9 is carrying a little bit more speed than me in the center of the corner, but they did tap the wall there. And I'm okay with somebody carrying a little bit more speed through the center, because usually that means they aren't getting quite as good of a run out, at least at a track like Dover. You can see I'm kind of closing in on the bumper here by the end of the straight, but it's just not quite enough to get a nose underneath. I find that the diamond also helps straighten out the exit. I can get back on the gas a little bit quicker. I think I finally got a nose underneath, yep, right here. This is, it's getting tight. At this point, I just want to get this pass done, but the 9, they're sticking right to me. Makes it really tough to, not trying to lose too much time to the people ahead or the people behind. But there's a yellow, I think 8, yep, I had the nose ahead. Puts me, terrific news, starting on the inside. This is lap 54 out of a scheduled 55. So they'll do a green-white checker once everybody gets all re-racked here. There's the rest of the field. Pace cars checking up on the backstretch. This proved to be huge. Leaders 1 and 2, person in 6, something like that. Everybody comes down pit lane, get a fresh set of tires. But with the green-white checker and how many other people ended up staying out, I felt pretty good about the decision. Obviously, these guys coming in for tires, they're going to be a second quicker per lap. And, we probably aren't starting more than 2 seconds away from them once the green flag drops. That said, there's a lot of people on old tires in between me and them. I think there was some chatter on the radios here about, oh, I can't believe everyone didn't come get tires. So that may be the meta, but I don't know, it seemed like a foolish decision with how many people stayed out. It was a gamble for sure. If it was just me and, number 9 that stayed out, we probably would have been steamrolled pretty quick on the green flag here. But yeah, it looks like there's at least 5 cars in between me starting first on this green-white checker and people with fresh tires. At this point, I'm just, hoping I can get a good jump. I've been noticing that a lot of people kind of start. The leader has control of the restart, but you have to go within the, Geico restart zone. But noticing a lot of people kind of go near the end of that. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm going to try to take off, as soon as my nose isn't there, try to get a jump on people. If I can get out clear, might be able to hold off everyone for 2 laps. At this point, there's only, 12 people or so, 13 people left. You can see the highlight, I think the yellow highlights over on the left are when someone's moving pace speed-ish. So there's another person coming around starting into turn 3 right now who, there should be 13 left. But pace cars off. Nope. One more lap. Everyone just kind of started getting into formation early there, I guess. Yeah, it looks like 7th place is the first person with fresh tires. It's only 2 laps, green-white checker. Yeah, so we'll go green on the start of lap 59 here. Should be a 60 lap race total, so that's an extra 5. But ultimately, with the gas burning off, you have an extra 10, 15, even 20 laps, depending on how you drive. So there's pace cars off. Thinking, okay, let's get this started here early in the restart zone. Don't spin the tires. I put those little green, yellow flag animations over there. I can't get them up in the replay. But managed to pull out to a pretty good gap here, about half a second. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good. I think that purple car back there is on fresh tires. He's now in 4th. So they pretty quickly on that restart cleared 2-3 people. At this point, they're in 3rd. It's the last lap. Big shout out to the 9 there for holding it on the bottom, not just giving it up. And that's it. First oval win. was a good race, pretty clean, finished 0 incident points, so big boost to the safety rating. Ultimately, this is the race that put me over 2,000 iRating too, so that feels good, a little bit of a milestone there. Ultimately, I'm not too pressed about either of the rating systems. It is what it is. Sometimes, have a couple bad races, do a little better on the next few because folks are a little bit easier to beat. Had to take a little victory lap, having never won on ovals before. I think this is like my 76th start or something like that. Like a 30-something% top 5 finish record. So I'm usually, more often than not, if I don't crash out, I'm in the top 5, top 10. But there's usually someone just a little bit faster than me. I haven't been able to get the win done. I've gotten a lot of runner-ups. Feeling like Casey Kane. Had to do a little bit of a burnout here. It was not the best burnout. Don't really know what I'm doing, especially on these banks. Normally try to stop from spinning the tires, but well, thanks all for watching. Hope it was good. Feel free to comment, or if you know me, shoot me a text if I can change anything, make this any better. I'll try to post these a little bit more often, even if I'm not. I had to post this one because it was my first win, but yeah, let me know. Try to post just some other stuff too. I have quite a few wins on dirt road and dirt oval for whatever reason, but I just couldn't get it done on oval or road before, so this felt good. Oval's usually the one I race the most. Appreciate you for tuning in. Let me know what I can do. Yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.